Member of the House of Lords is in Jersey this week to challenge the legalisation of assisted dying and call for the improvement of end-of-life care. Baroness Ilora Finlay is a professor of palliative medicine and established the Marie Curie Hospice in 1987. Since then, she's played a leading role in the ongoing development of palliative and hospice services across Wales, and she joins me now to share her insights. Baroness Finlay, great to have you with us tonight. First of all, what's the aim of your visit?
Well, up until now, hospice care had been viewed a bit like a frilly extra, an add-on. And for years, I've been trying to get it viewed as a core service. You wouldn't have a cake sale for a woman in obstructed labour to have a caesarean section. So why do you have to have a fundraise so that people who are dying can get the care that they need and that they can have? And in England, finally, the law has moved. And I think that it's important for everyone to realise that palliative care is not an add-on, it is a core component of care services. And
you're obviously opposed to Jersey's planned legalisation of assisted dying. The state's members are due to debate it and debate the detail of it and agree some safeguards. If those safeguards are strong enough, why should it not go ahead?
Having looked at the legislation all around the world, they aren't safeguards, and what has been proposed and going through the consultation document, they're not safeguards, they're qualifying conditions. And that is very different. If you look at Canada, it's incredibly easy to expand those boundaries. In Canada now, they're expanding their services already to include children, people with mental illness. In fact, in the proposals before Jersey, you've got two routes, one for people who aren't terminally ill, and it would include, as far as I can see, a large number of the population, where death is going to be viewed as the solution to the ills that they have in life. But I'm really concerned that that is not the way for a society to look after its citizens.
But could you not argue that Jersey has the advantage of looking at these other jurisdictions, learning from them, and put those safety nets in place?
Unfortunately, in the consultation document, there is absolutely nothing about how the assessments are going to be looked at and conducted. You can't ask your assembly to vote for something in principle without telling them what they're voting for. You're asking them to vote for a blank cheque. They must know the detail before they pass legislation. You can't hope that it'll be worked out later and it'll be okay. If you look at the jurisdictions around the world, the numbers escalate, and Canada should sound a warning to people here.
We've spoken, though, in the run-up to the debate to people who have terminal conditions, and while they're not decided whether they would take up assisted dying, should it be legalised, having that choice so that they may be able to do that is really important, and it actually brings them a sense of comfort to live the life they want to live right now. Why would you deny them that choice?
You have to look, if you change the law, you have to look at the potential unintended consequences. And the problem for a legislator is you have to make sure that you're legislating for your whole population to be safe. Of course, people are frightened and there are horror stories in the media. You don't hear in the media about people who die well, who die comfortably, who die peacefully. Just as you don't hear about all the planes that land at your airport safely, despite the high winds, which I experienced yesterday. You don't hear about all that, but if one of those planes crashed, you would certainly hear about it. We don't hear about the good news, but actually the number of people dying well is far greater than it used to be, and it could be even greater.
I wish we could continue this conversation because I find it really fascinating. But for now, Baroness Finlay, I'm sure we will look to get your views at a future date when this legislation is debated. But for now, thanks for your time.
Thank you.